Assalamu alaikum and hello everybody. Today we're back with a Teen to Teen Mental Health First Aiders podcast, and I would love to introduce our new addition to the Mental Health First Aiders and also put it out there that we're around 20 Mental Health First Aiders in ASCS, and we have our new addition.
Hi, my name is Shamsa. I'm a Teen to Teen Mental Health First Aider, and I'm so happy to be here.
Hi, my name is Mariam, and I'm also a Teen to Teen Mental Health First Aider.
So we know it's been a while, school got busy, winter break, and I guess life happened, but we're really glad to be back. Today we're talking about something many students see every single day, whether it's at school, around friends, or on social media. Vaping. It's often treated as harmful, but is that really true? Before we start, this episode is not about judging anyone or targeting anyone. It's just about having an honest conversation, and we usually don't take the time to do so. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is vaping?
Vaping involves using an electronic device that heats the liquid into an aerosol that's inhaled. This aerosol normally contains nicotine, flavorings, and chemicals. Even though it doesn't produce smoke, it still enters the lungs.
Fun fact, the vapor isn't actually water vapor. It's a chemical aerosol, tiny particles that can stay in the air and can be inhaled by people around you. So when you're vaping, you're not only putting yourself at risk, you're putting others at risk as well.
I think that it's so really important to point out what you're actually inhaling, because a lot of people don't know what they're inhaling and they're just seeing it as a device and not what's inside it exactly. So guys, why do you think vaping became so popular and trendy among teenagers?
I think curiosity and social influence play a huge role. It's often shown on social media as normal, relaxing, or trendy. A lot of people try it thinking it's just a one-time thing, but it slowly evolves into an addiction.
That's so true. I've seen people use it as like a way to heal their own problems, and it's a misconception that's out there. They use it as a psychological thing that helps them improve their mental well-being when it's actually damaging it.
Nicotine is highly addictive, especially for teenagers. The teenage brain is still developing, and the nicotine can interfere with attention, learning, and emotional balance.
That's so true. As we all know that our brains as teenagers are not fully developed yet, I think having new habits and addictions are really easy, and nicotine is obviously addictive. So I feel like those two together
Don't mix.
Exactly.
So did you guys know that the teenage brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than the adult brain? It's because it's just developing still.
Another reason vaping has spread really quickly is how how accessible it is. So what do you think about that?
Despite age restrictions, vape are still really easy to access through online stores, older friends, and social media sellers. The convenience of being the access to vapes makes it seem like a less serious deal and more normalized around the society.
Even vaping devices are designed to look like USBs or everyday objects, which make them easier to hide. I feel like this, the way that it's easier to hide makes it more like normal and more casual to bring around with you every day.
I feel like at some point vaping became a sort of a brag, and that's very concerning, to be honest. And what concerns me the most is how easy it's accessible and how easy it's to get. I feel like when something is harmful, accessible, and socially accepted, that's where the real risk becomes, and it's so scary. I feel like as a generation, it's affecting our cognitive abilities a lot.
Yeah, it's not like the problem is with the person who's vaping. It's about how normalized it is in the society that they're in.
Personally, I think accessibility is one of the biggest problems. When something risky becomes normal, people underestimate the consequences.
Yeah, in my opinion, vaping is often really underestimated, and people focus on the trend, the flavorings, and not the long-term effects.
I feel like if we asked every single person in schools, they probably have been offered a vape before, which is, I'm gonna keep on saying, it's so concerning. For me, this conversation matters more than a punishment. I feel like students need information and not just rules. They need to understand why it's harmful and why if they shouldn't be doing it. I feel like they'll have better choices, and I feel like restrictions have been put. So awareness is our sword or the thing that we need to use now.
Yeah.
I feel like let's talk about health effects and facts about that.
Vaping has been linked to lung irritation, increased heart rate, breathing complications, anxiety, and trouble concentrating.
And now hospitals have seen a rise in vaping cases. And did you guys know that some vaping flavors use chemicals originally made for food, but they were never meant to be inhaled?
I feel like a common argument that teenagers are using a lot is that vaping is safer than smoking, and that's like a safer option. Mariam, what do you think about that?
While vaping might have less toxins than cigarettes, that doesn't make it any safer, especially for teenagers who may have never smoked a day in their life.
Yeah?
Do you guys know that most people who vape end up consuming more nicotine than smokers because it's easier to use frequently and it's easier to hide?
Oh my god. I've heard in some schools, because they included smoke detectors in the toilets or around the school, students, they inhale the nicotine and then they keep it in their lungs, like they don't exhale it. I feel like that affects them so much. That's why I was saying earlier, punishment is not that good. Like, I feel like awareness is
like to what you said, Rosa, restrictions there, instead of actually stopping the vaping and the problems, it's gonna make students harm themselves more and become like a more secretive topic.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this, as teenagers, and I think you guys know, we're really, really smart, okay? And I think we can get away with so many things. So I feel like smoke detectors and the techniques that the restrictions use, I feel like they're a bit not even outdated. I'm just gonna say, I think teenagers have overcome them. So that's why, as I say again, awareness is much better than actually just putting many restrictions. At this point, vaping is not just a trend. It's an issue, a fact that affects students' life, health, and focus, and even well-being. This conversation isn't about judging. Again, it's about awareness. For me, awareness gives people and teenagers control. You can't make informed choices without even being informed.
The more we understand, the better decisions we make.
Thank you for listening and being a part of this conversation.
Stay informed, take care everyone, and we'll see you in the next episode about having support and how to seek support.
See you. Thank you.